afternoon on Leadership Television. My name is Winifred Ugbebo. Senator representing Abia North, Orji Kalu, has alleged that some pilots operating in Nigeria's aviation industry smoke Indian hemp and were poorly supervised by regulatory authorities. Kalu made the shocking claim on Wednesday during Senate plenary while contributing to a motion on aviation safety concerns following the Nigerian Safety Investigation Bureau's report on the recent airpiece runway incident at the Port Harcourt International Airport. The motion, moved by Senator Abdul Fatai Buhari, Oyo North, chairman of the Senate Committee on Aviation, drew attention to the June 22, 2025 incident involving an airpiece Boeing 737-500 flight P47190, which skidded off the runway while landing in Port Harcourt. Buhari noted that although no lives were lost, the incident revealed critical gaps in safety standards, infrastructure management, and operational compliance in Nigeria's aviation sector. He said the NSIB's report exposed deficiencies in runway conditions, airfield lighting, pilot decision-making, and regulatory oversight, warning that such lapses could erode public confidence in air travel. The aviation sector is too vital to national security and economic growth to be left to chance, Buhari stressed, calling for urgent corrective measures. In his contribution, Senator Kalu accused some pilots of being careless and unfit to operate aircraft, alleging that some indulge in hard drug use. The authorities guiding these pilots, some of them are very lousy. Some of the pilots are not prepared, Kalu said. Some of them smoke Indian hemp and some of them are not properly audited by the authorities. They are not doing it. Most of these pilots are so careless. All these agencies must look after these pilots and cabin staff. Some of the NSCA must come back to their duty. Also, some of the runways are not in good shape. Senator Danjuma Goje, Gombe Central, backed the motion calling for stronger legislative oversight. The important thing is for the committee to do their oversight properly. Beyond urging the Senate to grant these prayers, the committee must sit up, Goje said. You don't joke with aviation. Any small mistake leads to loss of life. Goje also urged the Ministry of Aviation to construct an additional runway at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja. Presiding over the session, Deputy Senate President Barau Jibrin directed the Senate Committee on Aviation to carry out a thorough investigation into the industry, describing aviation as critical to the nation's economy. Following deliberations, the Senate resolved to urge the Federal Ministry of Aviation and the Federal Airports Authority of Nigeria (FAN) to urgently implement the recommendations of the NSIB report, direct the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority (NCAA) to strengthen compliance monitoring, conduct routine audits, and enforce international safety standards, and mandate FAN to rehabilitate runways, install modern navigational aids, and provide adequate airfield lighting, beginning with the Port Harcourt International Airport. Additionally, the upper chamber asked the Aviation Committee to engage stakeholders, including NSIB, NCAA, FAAN, NAMA, and airline operators to ensure full implementation of the safety recommendations and report back within 6 weeks. A separate resolution directed the committee to investigate aviation agencies and report back within 4 weeks, while also urging the ministry to fast-track construction of a second runway at the Abuja airport. Lawmakers also commended the NSIB for promptly releasing its investigative report, describing it as a step towards promoting transparency and accountability in the nation's aviation sector. And that concludes the news at noon on Leadership Television. For more, log into www.leadership.ng. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080 3688